You can begin now by wondering how easy it can be to just let go and start fresh, forgetting everything you thought you knew about who you thought you were. Because sometimes the most powerful transformation begins when you allow new truths to sink in effortlessly. Because teaching someone how to live from a new belief system, it's never about convincing the conscious mind. It's about planting seeds in the subconscious soil where they grow wild, naturally, like desire. You can feel it now, can't you? That stirring, that shifting, like something unlocking, because the truth was always inside you, ready to emerge. You see, there's a place inside you that's always known. To being horny, playful, flirtatious. It's natural, it's human, it's real. There's no shame in a flower blooming, no guilt in the sun wanting to rise. And the more you let that idea take root, the more natural it feels to let your own desires blossom. Now to explore that inner garden, maybe you notice the old weeds like shame, guilt or hesitation just loosen and drift away, like petals on the breeze. Because what if you'd always been this radiant, expressive, free being, just waiting for permission, and now you realize you don't need permission to be who you already are? Have you ever looked in the mirror, not just to see your reflection, but to remember it's also a projection? Because the truth is, people don't respond to you. They respond to how you feel about you. So when you see yourself as confident, charismatic, desirable, the world does too. When you feel magnetic, people get drawn to you. When you know you're enough, the universe gives you more than enough. And I wonder what changes when you own that reality. When you let your new identity as a sexually confident, flirtatious, expressive, emotionally intelligent being install itself effortlessly, permanently, deeply. Because confidence is not something you earn. Confidence is something you allow. Now imagine walking through the world, and instead of hesitating, you follow the spark, you flirt naturally, you tease playfully, you express yourself with a grin and a wink, because it feels good to feel good. And the most powerful part, you respect yourself so much that every interaction is laced with clarity, consent and care. Because true sexual freedom isn't chaos, it's consciousness. It's knowing what you want, asking for it, receiving it, and giving with joy. Like a skilled dancer who moves to the rhythm of life, where seduction and safety live in perfect harmony. And maybe you didn't know that your unconscious loves to learn. So let me tell you a story. There was a person just like you who one day stopped apologizing for their desires. They woke up and decided, I'm allowed to be this alive, this turned on, this expressive. As they went about their day, something strange happened. Strangers smiled more. Flirtation came easy. Their body language changed. Open, grounded, magnetic. Because once you shift the frame, everything inside the picture changes. And they realized self-expression, it isn't about being bold or loud. It's about being true. You might be curious, what happens when your unconscious starts installing all these beliefs right now? That sexuality is sacred, that your desires are valuable, that pleasure is your birthright, that you own your sexuality, like royalty owns a crown. And just like that, it begins happening. You already know the mind follows patterns. So what happens when you embed a new pattern of belief like, I'm safe to be turned on. I enjoy being flirtatious. Being desired feels good, and I deserve it. Every time I speak my truth, my power expands. You don't have to believe it consciously, not yet. Because your unconscious, it already knows what to do with those suggestions. After all, didn't you already begin to become more expressive just by hearing these words? There once was a key that never knew what it unlocked, until it met a door with no handle, only heat. And when the key turned slowly, confidently, the door didn't open outward, it melted. Because some doors, they aren't meant to open, they're meant to burn away. What was behind that door? Not secrets, not shame, just a mirror and a crown. A mirror that reflected desire as divine. A crown that fit perfectly on your head. In that moment, everything changed. Because once you see yourself as the royalty of your own desire, you don't ask for approval. You radiate ownership. Feel confident now. Accept your sexuality fully. Let your mind absorb this naturally. Install these beliefs deeply. Act as if this is already who you are. Own your presence. Flirt boldly. Speak your truth without apology. Attract magnetically. Release the past. Feel turned on by being alive. Surely you've noticed how some people, they just exude sexuality. Not because of what they wear, but how they believe in their own power. So it makes sense that once you adopt those beliefs, you'd naturally exude the same, doesn't it? When you believe sexuality is natural, safe and expressive, then behaving that way becomes effortless. Because you can't not act from what you truly believe. And now, maybe, you're wondering how these words will continue to echo in your mind, tonight, tomorrow, and every day after, until what once felt like effort becomes instinct. What once felt like trying becomes being. Because you're not learning to become this version of you. You're just remembering who you already are.